Hi, welcome to Thrifty Organized Mama. If you're hosting or going to host Easter for family or friends, here's some ideas that I've done in the past when it was our turn in our family rotation to host, because we all take turns. It's a lot if everyone does one holiday every single year. It's a lot. So it's good to do a rotation with family or friends and do it every few years. We'll go through food, decorations, table ideas, and ways to save money. First, I always start planning parties in my head, gathering ideas on private Pinterest boards so I don't spoil the surprise for anyone that's coming over. And I also use these party planning checklists and budgets to give me ideas of what I need. They can be found on Etsy as a digital download on Stonic Designs. The link will be in the description for everything in this video. These help me kind of collect my thoughts and ideas, but also plan on what I have, what I still need, and how much to budget for. The next most important part of planning is budget. So at Thrifty Organized Mama, we strive to cut costs down as much as possible to save money. You can have a nice party, but at a fraction of the cost. So you kind of have to understand what you're going to be serving and how many people are coming. Think of your games and activities for your guests, like their ages, if there's going to be any gifts or Easter baskets, what decorations do you have already or that you can make or you can find at a dollar store. Also, what party games will be fitting and activities for the kids and for adults. This party budget planning sheet is also in a bundle on Stonic Designs. Let's get into all the paper goods. Even though they're small, attention to detail is important. For Easter hosting with family or friends, I just do a save the date text. No invitation to be mailed, that saves a lot of money. Or I have signs for food if it's not pretty self-explanatory. There's no need for formal invitations for something like hosting with your family, like your immediate family, or at your house for these small gatherings or holiday parties. You also don't need to write thank yous unless you receive gifts for Easter and you do want to write a thank you. But a lot of times, Easter, you don't really need to bring anything. There's not a lot of gifts like there are for other holidays like birthdays or Christmas. So here are two Easter save the dates from the Etsy shop on Stonic Designs. They're also available for digital download. If you want more formal for adults, there's one with like very nice flowers. Or if your Easter brunch is more kid centered, there's also one that's more kid friendly, which is really cute. So you can decide on which one you want to save or download. And then I just literally text that picture to all the people that I'm inviting. Next, we have the food. It depends on how big your family is or how many family or friends are coming. We did an Easter brunch and that worked really well with kids' nap times so that everyone had some food and then could head home for naps. Or the kids could nap in the car on their way home if it was a longer drive. For brunch, we had bagels with a variety of spreads, including cream cheese, butter, jelly, Nutella, peanut butter. And these are things that we already had in the house, minus the bagels. So it was really easy to just have whatever you already have at the house. We're all family, we all share, and we don't double dip or stick our fingers in it. So it all worked out well. We also had a veggie platter, veggie pizza, and a fruit platter. And what helps with hosting a small meal or social gathering with family or friends, you could have people bring a dish or a snack or appetizer or dessert. That saves money and time. It also saves space to store and prep all the food prior to the occasion. So we did some small snacks for adults like nuts and jelly beans that fit with our Easter theme, but we also had some small snacks for the little kids like cheese and crackers and pretzels, and we had chocolate, Easter chocolate for everybody out as well. For dessert, we did cookies, banana bread, and brownies. Small little finger food, little bites. Not big, huge desserts, not a big, huge meal. Just put whatever you would like on a plate and have little munchies throughout the morning. Over on the other counter, included what we couldn't fit on the island and table. We had our homemade banana banana bread and all the beverages that had water bottles and orange juice and juice boxes for the kids. Perfect for brunch. We're going to get into the fun part, at least for me, is decorating. When I think of theme parties, I come up with 3 colors that it will entail, and then I just pick those 3 colors throughout the planning process. But in the case of Easter, if you find pastel colors, they all work well together. So think of blue, yellow, pink, purple, green. Those 5 colors of the rainbow in pastels will go with everything, and it's so cute. They go together really well. Even if the tones don't match or you don't get them at the same time at the same store, they don't have to be from the same batch or anything. So you can have a big variety of pastel colors and they all cohesively go together. For table decorations, I purchased these gold floral chargers on Amazon that go well with any occasion. I use them for Easter, for New Year's, for Christmas, which will be another video soon. And I also purchased generic white plates. That go with any holiday as well. So the gold chargers and the white plates, white and gold, pretty much go with anything else that you want to decorate on the table. And they add a little color. You can add color with your food or the decorations that you have, or add color by the napkins. So I added this lilac napkins and a napkin holder. I bought them back on Black Friday sales. I think the plates were $3 each. The cloth napkins come in a bundle. You can get those when they have those Amazon Prime days. And also for those napkin rings, I did it out of season. So when the spring, summer stuff was done and they were into the fall, that's when I picked up my napkin rings for the next year. You can get honestly anything related to spring after the spring season. So that's when you stock up. And I also purchased these clear water glasses. They look really fancy, but they're plastic. So it's okay if kids knock them over, if they spill, if they drop, it's okay. They're not going to shatter. And they look like glass, but they're plastic, which I really like. Kind of dresses up the table, but it's kid friendly. I also didn't have a formal centerpiece for the Easter table, but I did have a small basket that was previously a gift, so no cost to me, and I filled it with some paper grass and eggs. To make it fun for the adults, next to each name, I put a little chocolate bunny that they could eat after the meal or take it home with them. When you're shopping for decorations, always keep a list either in your purse, like if you physically like crossing things off because it's so satisfying, or put it on your phone. So as you collect things or buy things over the year or after season, you always know what you already have and then also what is still needed, because you will forget. There's so many details when you're trying to think of hosting a party. There are a variety of decorations going on because when you host at home, you kind of feel like you need to fill the space with decorations. So I'm going to go from top to bottom, left to right. So first, with the kitchen table that had the food on it, I had a pastel polka dot vase that I purchased at a thrift store, and the flowers are from Dollar Tree. I used white, pink, and yellow to add a variety. I also purchased the basket at a thrift store and the plastic pastel Easter eggs from the dollar store as well. So all of that right there, not a lot of money, honestly, probably around $10 to $15 for that arrangement that we use every single year. Next, the hanging decorations on the closets in the hallway are from Dollar Tree. So 2 of them, $2.50, and they really add something than just having a blank space. They add something to the door hangers, and I've used them on the front door before. That I now have a spring floral wreath. It's fake, so I can reuse it every year, but then I just put them on the door handles and it kind of adds a nice space to the hallway. In the middle pictures, I have a kids table that was set up for the kids ages 2 to 6. This is my daughter's activity table, so we just dressed it up with an Easter tablecloth from Dollar Tree and a paper floral arrangement to make it kind of festive for them. So they had a little centerpiece at their table. And below that, are just some Easter decorations that I had around the house on bookshelves and my entertainment unit. And because the kids ranged of the guests that were coming were ages 1 to 6, I felt like I could only put out like some soft or plush decorations on the lower shelves and things that kind of looked classy enough but were plastic. So if it knocked over, it was no big deal. So I purchased a plastic cylinder vase from Amazon, and you have to make sure it's plastic because they sell a lot of glass cylinder vases. So I got a plastic cylinder vase and I fill it with a variety of stuff. So for Easter, I filled it with some plastic Easter eggs from the dollar store. And I also have some Easter plushies and wooden signs from Hobby Lobby or various places that we've gotten gifts from over the years. And lastly, on this chair that we have in the corner, I wanted to decorate the space, so I got a bunny picture and we put it up every year. And we have an Easter pillow from Hobby Lobby. So go when it's at the end of the sale, end of the season. So there's not a lot of variety, so you can't be too picky, but it worked out well. And anything that we had plush was honestly a gift for my daughter. So we just put them out so the little kids could enjoy them and, play with them if they wanted to. Decorating can happen on a limited budget. You just have to shop year-round at garage sales or thrift stores, end of season sales, or on those big prime days or discount days, and save it for the future holiday. Also, going to your local dollar store helps a lot. They have a lot of fun things, but just be careful when you're shopping because Dollar Tree is no longer just a dollar. I mean, there's $1.25, $1.75, even $5 per item. So it really adds up quickly, even though you think you're getting a good deal at the dollar store. Next, with decorations, I always have a banner to cover up big spaces or to hide things. In this case, since it was at my home, we wanted to hide our treadmill. So I ordered the banner and the holder on Amazon. The backdrop kind of serves as the photo backdrop for group and family pictures, but it also hides like unsightly things that you don't want to be seen or a room in the area that you don't want anyone to go by. I could have picked a specific Easter one, but I kind of liked how this was generic and it fit the pastel theme and it could be used every year. Unfortunately, when they come folded, this is what it looks like, and I didn't have time to steam it out. So if you set it up a few days in advance and use a little steamer or iron, whatever that you could do, I usually do a little hand steamer to get all the bumps out and creases, but I didn't have time this year to do that, so that's what it looked like, and that's okay. It's just for family. As I said before, we had a variety of ages from 1 to 6 at the party, so I found a few things that we can do if anybody wanted to do it with them, if the adults wanted to do it, or the kids wanted to participate also. We mostly just sit and chat or play with the kids, but it was fun to see a couple other things. So while you were grabbing food, if you had to wait in line, I had this little printout of what your Easter bunny name would be. And then we had a bunny ear toss game to play with, which was great for all families of all ages. For an Easter family or friend brunch or party, you don't have to get gifts. However, since they were just like 4 or 5 grandkids, well, there's 4 that were able to come, we thought we would make little teeny tiny Easter baskets for the kids to kind of have and play with at the party while the grown-ups were talking. So I got these little buckets and bubbles at the dollar store, and I got some small colored fidgets in bulk from Amazon. So I'll include the links for everything in the description. For entertainment in the background, of course, we had that small Easter game. Easter egg hunts are such a big hit, but only if the weather cooperates. It's good to do it outside. Otherwise, you can have it throughout your house. But during the meal, I put a playlist together of some spiritual songs, religious Easter songs like Jesus is Risen. But then we had a bunch of spring songs for the kids that we had at the party during the meal, but also the activity and game portion of our brunch. So here are some of the Easter and spring songs that I had for the kids if you're planning a brunch with little kids. And to save money, I use the free version of Spotify. We do have commercials, but that's okay. Or you can try the free trial. Lastly, here's where I found digital downloads for the party. They were on Etsy. I used Stonic Designs. All the physical products that we found were on Amazon or Dollar Tree, Target, estate sales, garage sales, thrift stores. If you want to collect all the decorations throughout the year to have at your party. I hope this helped you with getting ideas to plan an Easter brunch in the future. If you're new to hosting or you want some ideas for hosting Easter, this was our first year with extended family, so I definitely needed some inspiration about what other people did to help gather my thoughts and ideas. So I really hope this helps you also. Thanks for watching. I'll be making more videos for party planning, but also organizing in the home. So please subscribe for more thrifty ideas to help organize your life. Bye.